I'm excited to welcome Edwin Hodge to the show. He's going to talk
How you
about
doing?
Parallel, and we're going to talk a little Purge to start out. Edwin, how are you? Thanks for stopping by, man.
I'm good. I'm good, man. How you doing?
All right, so kind of tell us your if you're considered for the Purge fans, which I call in wrestling marks. You know, they're really the
Okay.
diehards. How what your character
Yeah.
was in Purge and all the Purge movies.
Uh,
Yeah.
y- yeah. So my character Dante Bishop, when we first meet him, he's on the run for his life. If people who do know the Purge, they know that the underprivileged are under attack of being killed by the rich, and I'm one of the underprivileged. So you catch me on the run, and I'm fortunate to be saved by a young boy who lets me into his home, and from there. Chaos ensues. The family's trying to get me out. There's people trying to come in to kill me, and my character ends up saving the day. And in the next two films to follow, he comes back as basically a revolutionary who's fighting for the cause, fighting against the
Oh,
government
cool.
and, the new rules that they have. Yeah.
Shout out to my buddy that we're going to be trying to do a film with, Chris Malky. Chris was in The Purge, the first one, and he was
Yes.
one that was trying to
Yes.
kill you. Chris is a
Yes,
great
he
guy,
was.
man.
Yes. He's a great guy. He really is, man. We had a great time filming on set. Just very, very personable, cool, jokes all the time. But we had
Yeah,
to snap out of that as soon as they
you
called
have to see
action. So
you have to see him get his guitar out and play. But see, I'm a former professional wrestler coming back to the ring, and we're gonna try to pitch also in the process as I'm going out for my documentary. I'm trying also to make a movie about the Road Warriors with Chris wrote the
I'm
screenplay.
dope.
So yeah, some cool
Okay,
stuff.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool,
we're
cool.
definitely going to stay
Nice.
in touch, Edwin. All right, so you and
Indeed.
your brother are doing some big things. Tell us about the sci-fi thriller Parallel.
Yeah, Parallel is a movie that came to us through another producing partner of ours over at Rumble Riot. The original film Parallel Forest was written and directed by Li Zhang, and they just wanted to turn it into an American version, and we were fortunate to be asked to star in it, my brother and I, and then through it all, we ended up writing and producing it, and kind of developing the storyline a little bit differently, obviously, giving it, the Hodge brothers spin. And, we went out, we found Karusha Hari, who's our director. He directed a film called The Night, which I thought was great. I loved his style of shooting. So, it was befitting that he jumped on board. And after that, we got the amazing Danielle Deadweiler, who, if you don't know who she is, she's in Till, she's in Harder They Fall, but she's an amazing actress with just I mean I just I love her process.
Yeah.
But we were able to get her on board. We shot 20 days up in Vancouver, BC, and we brought this project that we have right now to the world. So it's doing pretty well. We got some really really nice reviews and responses to the project. So for the first film under the Hodge Brothers umbrella, we are happy with the success that we have with it so far.
And talk about kind of going with your brother and coming up and creating a production company, the challenges and all those different things. Then we'll get into a little bit more about the story of Parallel. But I think this is so important for my listeners out there to understand specifically how
Yeah,
artists are really trying to be creators now and create their own stuff because they can come up with their own stories, the things that they can
yeah.
choose.
Yeah. No, that's I think that was the next, evolutionary step as far as my brother and I's careers in general. We started getting to a point where people were asking us, to read their scripts and, what we thought, did we know any producers or anything of that nature. And my brother and I, we realized we already have all the pieces to the puzzle to start our own production company and create our own ideas. I've been writing for a very long time. Nobody knows because I haven't had anything, developed yet. But I've been working on that craft for since I was 18, and I'm now damn near 40, and here we go with my first writing credit. Um, but it's a process. It takes a while. It takes determination and will, obviously healthy support from friends and family to keep you going. But we're setting out to tell stories that all can identify with. We really want to obviously highlight the BIPOC community, being in the BIPOC community ourselves, and tell stories that benefit us culturally, and tell stories that people probably wouldn't even think to see us in this light. We're just trying to create a new platform for us and the world.
And when you create something yourself, it's so much more special to promote it, right?
It is, it's especially when you develop it from the very beginning. As actors, we come in, kind of at the end of the process of development, and now we just, we got to make it happen. But to really kind of narrate and dictate, who is doing what and how we need to do it, and making sure that, our responsibility to the 150 members of our crew is, steadfast with making sure everybody is happy and healthy and productive in the working environment. It's much different than the world we knew. And we had a little bumps in the roads and whatnot, but that comes with anything that you get into, any business you get into. But producing, directing, being able to just create on your own, is a privilege that we feel that we could actually go ahead and utilize. And we got a couple of things on the slate, man.
Exactly. And you're still acting and doing a really good job. FBI's Most Wanted. You're having a blast, aren't you?
Yeah, man. Oh man, love the show. I really do. My fiance, she gets on me, not gets on me, but she's just dumbfounded that I never have complaints when I come home from work. It's a great show, great cast. Dylan McDermott, he's our number one on the show, an amazing leader. If those who don't know, it's part of the Dick Wolf camp. So you got the Law and Orders in the family, the Chicago Meds, Flyers, and whatnot. He's got a great reputation behind him, and our set is just it's amazing. But yeah, man, I'm able to spread my wings. The story development is really great and progressive for my character. So I'm thoroughly enjoying the process.
Now, when you think about Dick Wolf, what have you learned from Dick Wolf that's helping you now with you and your brother?
So Dick Wolf, he has his thing, and everybody knows it in his camp. Just don't F up. Right? Just don't F up. Just come to the job, willing and able to be a team member. If problems do arise, let's not make it a conflict, let's make it a discussion. But it's patience. When you're dealing with so many different personalities, you have to be patient. You're not going to react to everybody the same exact way. So, how can you curate yourself as a businessman to, allow yourself to give up? One, you got to give up your ego. The ego's got to go sometimes,
Right.
And in a healthy way, right? You get your confidence in knowing what you
Exactly.
need and how you
The
need to go ahead and do it.
successful
You got to keep
people.
that.
Yeah. The successful
but you
people,
gotta,
Edwin, have that special something. And I know you have that special something as well, because you're motivated, you're grinding, you're acting and creating your own stuff. But where can we see Parallel? Where's the best place, Edwin, to check it out?
Parallel's on Amazon. It's on Apple Plus, a bunch of streaming networks. So, you can't miss it.
All right. We appreciate it, Edwin. Thanks for stopping by, man. And I appreciate you coming by. And we'll have to talk off air about some projects I might be bringing to you. All right. Thanks again, man.
Listen, let's do it.
Bye. See ya. All right. You're listening and watching the Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.